Hi, my name is Alison Poulsen with Couples Solutions and the Psychology of Healthy Relationships. Today's topic is authoritarian versus permissive parenting, which reflect two really core values in this culture: responsibility and freedom. Some people are permissive and then they explode in anger like an authoritarian, and other people are authoritarian and get so fed up that they give up like a permissive parent. And sometimes you can be a little of both. You can be permissive about eating habits and what time your kids go to bed, and very strict regarding other things like homework. So both types of parenting have some great values to them, but in the extreme or in excess, they can become really harmful. Authoritarian parents want their children to be successful, responsible, independent, and capable. Excessive authoritarianism, though, can be harmful in the following 5 ways. The excessively strict parent doesn't really enjoy the child, doesn't hang out with the child, and there's little appreciation for feelings or imagination or creativity. When you have an overly strict parent, you develop a very harsh inner critic, and it makes it hard for you to relax and enjoy life because you have a voice inside your head, a lot like your parent, always criticizing excessively. Even though the child of an authoritarian parent might be obedient, he or she could become a target for future authoritarians, kind of bully wives, bully husbands. And actually those obedient children sometimes become sneaky and secretive because they're so fearful of the parent, and they begin to lie and lead secret lives. If there's a lot of shame and punishment, the child can end up hating either himself or herself or the parent. And that child can become violent or passive-aggressive. Permissive parents want their children to be happy, to be creative, to feel loved, and to really enjoy the moment. But when permissive parents become excessively permissive, they're not doing their children any favors. So here are the 4 harmful things that can happen with too much permissive parenting. So sometimes fear of conflict leads a parent to overindulge a child. And what happens is that the child then learns to be demanding and whining and to be loud.
I want one of those, Daddy. And where's my credit card?
A child of an overly permissive parent doesn't learn self-discipline and doesn't learn to postpone gratification. This is really important in life in order to study and get good grades, in order to get a job, in order to have a long-term relationship. You need to be able to hang in there when you don't feel like doing something. Number 3, the child will feel anxious and insecure. If the parent is always there taking care of the child, letting the child do whatever he or she wants, then the child doesn't feel that sense of self-empowerment that enables you to go out in the real world where you don't know what will happen and have some sort of confidence that you'll come out at the other end. The child loses respect for the parent. If the parent is overly indulging the child, always trying to make the child happy and comfortable, then the message is sent that the parent feels very uncomfortable with any kind of anxiety or difficulty or discomfort. So how do we balance responsibility and freedom without getting the harmful effects on the one-sided extremes? Provide discipline with respect and kindness. Respect is different than permissiveness because it allows for disagreement. You can still set boundaries and have expectations and be respectful and kind. You don't have to indulge. If you listen to your child, sometimes you'll be surprised by how they're feeling or what they're thinking, and you can speak to them much more effectively if you know where they're coming from. And also, when you listen to a child, they're much more likely to listen to you. be reasonable and be flexible. Don't be afraid to amend a rule or the consequences, especially if you made a rule when you were in the heat of anger. But that doesn't mean that you change things every time they beg you to change things. You can be kind, but the minute you really make it important to be liked, you lose your personal authority. You lose your power with your children. Don't be afraid to insist on rules that are important and their consequences. It's important to be able to stand firm, not by losing your temper, but by using your personal power and being steadfast when necessary. In conclusion, try to role model having some self-discipline and respect and still being able to enjoy life and have a relationship with your child. If you have a question or a topic you want me to talk about or a suggestion, leave a comment in the comment box. Thank you.